DraftKings and MGM shares are on fire, while Kalshi faces a potential ban. Profit and Peril, your go-to source for dissecting market-shaking news in minutes. Today, sports betting stocks are soaring as a new bill threatens to ban sports gambling on platforms like Kalshi and Polymarket. DraftKings and MGM are riding high, but is this a temporary surge or a game-changer for your portfolio? Stick around. This is not financial advice, but it's essential insight. 2 U.S. senators just dropped a bombshell bill that could ban prediction markets from offering sports event contracts. Kalshi, a leader in the prediction market, relies heavily on sports for revenue, 90% of their fees to be precise. Meanwhile, DraftKings shares jumped 2.2%, MGM surged 6.6%, and Penn Entertainment climbed 7%. As markets react, the sports gambling landscape could be on the brink of a seismic shift. Here's the part nobody's talking about. This proposed legislation aims to protect consumers but could also stifle innovation and limit market choices. The stakes are high and the ripple effects could be enormous, affecting everything from market dynamics to consumer habits. But here's what that actually means for investors. Let's break down the numbers. MGM Resorts International is experiencing a significant uptick, with shares climbing to 75s and 76, up 4.05%. This surge is fueled by investors betting on MGM's ability to capitalize on potential market shifts. DraftKings and other titans are also seeing similar boosts. But here's where it gets interesting. These gains are happening amid heightened regulatory uncertainty. Here's the part nobody's talking about. The market seems to be pricing in a scenario where established players gain more dominance, leveraging their existing infrastructure and brand recognition to capture a larger market share. Why do these stocks rise when sports gambling faces a ban? It's all about market positioning. MGM and DraftKings are already established players with diversified portfolios, unlike prediction markets like Kalshi. With regulatory threats looming, investors are doubling down on companies that can weather storms. But what if this ban actually creates unexpected growth opportunities for those who adapt? Here's the part nobody's talking about. GM, for instance, is exploring automation, driving their shares up 4.61% as they test new driving technology. Could this innovation mindset translate to the sports betting giants? Imagine a future where these companies leverage AI for personalized betting experiences or blockchain for secure transactions. By diversifying their offerings and embracing technology, MGM and DraftKings could not only survive but thrive in a post-ban world. The key will be agility and foresight. But wait, companies that can pivot and innovate will be the ones to watch, potentially turning regulatory challenges into lucrative opportunities. Compare this scenario with the broader market. While GM is leveraging its tech advancements to boost confidence, sports betting stocks are capitalizing on regulatory chaos. The sector heat map shows a clear divergence: innovation-driven gains versus regulatory speculation. But wait, there's a catch. While the short-term gains are enticing, the long-term implications could be volatile. Here's the part nobody's talking about. Investors should be cautious, considering both the potential for growth and the inherent risks of an unpredictable regulatory environment. The risk here is real. If the bill passes, Kalshi and similar platforms could face existential threats, reshaping the revenue models of sports betting. Increased volatility is almost certain, and investors could see sharp corrections. The market's current optimism might be masking deeper uncertainties. This isn't just a blip, it's a potential overhaul of an entire industry's revenue streams. Here's the part nobody's talking about. The regulatory landscape is fraught with complexities, from compliance costs to potential legal battles. Investors should be aware of these challenges and consider diversifying their portfolios to mitigate risks. Looking ahead, the sports betting landscape may evolve dramatically. Companies like DraftKings and MGM are well positioned to adapt, but they must navigate regulatory waters carefully. The sunrise over this sector might be bright for some, but dark clouds loom for others. Investors should prepare for both scenarios, considering not just the potential for growth, but also the challenges that lie ahead. A balanced approach, focusing on both opportunities and risks, will be essential for navigating this evolving landscape. So what's the verdict? Profit or peril? With DraftKings and MGM thriving while Kalshi faces potential bans, there's a clear winner in the short term. But long-term stability hinges on regulatory outcomes. Invest wisely. This bill could change everything for your investments. Here's the part nobody's talking about. The future of sports betting is uncertain, but with careful analysis and strategic planning, investors can position themselves for success in this dynamic market. If you want to understand moves like this before they happen, the next breakdown is already in progress. Drop your take below. Are you buying, holding, or selling? Join the conversation and stay ahead of the curve by subscribing for more insights and analyses.